What is up, you guys? The Fallout What If here, and today I gotta be doing a what if that I said that I was going to do. Although there's minor changes to it, Deku's still going to be a fighter, but I did not know how I can do the whole fighting thing, since it'll be pretty weird if I did it. So here's the thing: instead of everybody being a fighter, there's going to be some students that are whose quirks aren't very good in a combat situation, so they will learn how to do some kind of martial arts. So let's say like Kirishima, he will learn a kind of martial arts which will help him whenever he's defending himself, and his body is his quirk will be his defense, and his fighting will be like offensive. Let's see, Mineta, I don't think Mineta would do it at all. I think he wouldn't put in the work. He would just mostly put in a lot of techniques to like peep at girls. Let's see, Shinso would probably learn how to do it if need be. But a lot of people are going. There's some people that are going to learn how to do it. All Might, for instance, is not going to do it because he has overwhelming strength, which doesn't actually compensate, but it's also another like alternative to how he fights. Basically, the whole punching thing, that's his motto. Let's see. Other parts of other people will do it, or how would I say this? I don't really remember what I was going to say, but I know this, that freaking Deku is going to be learning Wing Chun, which I forgot if what if he was trained by Ip Man? So this will be what if Deku was trained by Ip Man. Alright, so now we got it, and now let's get on the way. So, how does the story start? Well, basically, it starts right after Deku goes to school. So the whole sludge villain thing happens. Deku is learning how to fight, but he doesn't know if he can do it. Even though he tried to fight freaking Bakugo already beats him. Bakugo has beaten him a lot of times. Even though Deku hasn't actually put up the fight itself, all he just does is like cower away while everybody else does attacks him. So yeah. But I do know one thing. There's going to be some people who can fight like Uraraka or probably Momo. So those are the people who might fight. And I think Uraraka will be a good addition to Deku's it'll be a freaking Deku X Uraraka ship, because I never actually done those two, as far as I know, besides the whole harem situation. So yeah, let's go on to it. Now, the whole freaking All Might situation doesn't happen, because All Might, instead of actually saying that he can be a hero, let's say this: he says that what he did was reckless, and he almost got himself killed. Now, the whole freaking thing with that is Deku now doesn't have Deku is more discouraged because of All Might. But the whole thing with freaking Deku, probably it's more of the fact that how do I say it? It's more of the fact that freaking Deku still got himself injured after the sludge villain attacked him. So yeah, All Might doesn't give him the quirk, because what he's going to learn is much more high-classed in the realm of fighting. So, how does Ip Man, how does he, like, do all this stuff? Well, here's the thing. Ip Man basically goes around Mr. Ip himself. Okay, Mr. Ip basically went to go get himself some cigarettes, and basically what happens was he found out that he had cancer. I'm actually trying to base this a little bit on the freaking movie, just like little key parts to it, so nothing else. And here's the thing: he doesn't have a wife, he doesn't have a kid, or he has a kid, but he's already grown up. He doesn't want to see him all the time because, let's say this, because he never went to America, he never had that like resolve to like apologize to his son. Or like he never had the resolve to like patch things up with him. But in the very end, he tries to find his own way of life. And basically, Deku is sad and stuff, so he gets to talk to him. Now, Deku tells him, hello, sir. And he says, hello, how are you doing today? And Deku says, I'm doing okay. And he says, really now? May I have a seat? Deku says, sure, yes, you can sit right here. And this is when, hold on, Deku says, so, who are you? And Ip-Man says, freaking, give me a second here. Well, I just basically found out his name is Yip Man. So, Ip-Man, Ip-Man anyway. So, I forgot what was going to happen, but he tells him that you seem kind of sad. What's wrong? And freaking Deku says, nothing's wrong, sir. And he says, it's okay. You can tell me. There's nothing wrong with letting out your emotions. It's a very common thing among this world. And Deku says, well, the thing is that you know All Might. You know who All Might is, right? And this is when he says, oh yes, I've heard. This is when Ip-Man says, yes, I've heard of him. Why? And Deku says, well, he told me that I can never be a hero because of my quirk, because I'm quirkless. And yeah, pretty much, he told me I was being reckless when I try to save this person. And he says, you try to save somebody? And Deku says, yes, I want to be a hero. And not only that, I know who this person is. Although he usually bullied me at school, I know that if I didn't help him, I would feel sad. And this is when Ip-Man says, oh yes, everybody would feel sad if they just didn't do nothing. But you did something. So you should take a little more pride in yourself. You did something, and you probably had other people's help, right? And this is when Deku says, no, everybody was just standing there. And I tried to do everything I could. I tried pulling, I tried punching, but it was a sludge villain, so punching him didn't work. I tried my hardest, but I failed in the end. Not only that, one of the number one hero just said I can never be a hero because I don't have a quirk. And yeah, pretty much Ip-Man is actually hearing this, and he's thinking to himself, should I teach him that should I teach him? And he's thinking to himself, let's see what he thinks. What is your name again, young one? And Deku says, my name is Izuku Midoriya. And this is when Ip-Man says this. Well, Izuku Midoriya, I am a martial arts teacher. I've how would I say this? I've studied martial arts, and I've done martial arts for a very long time. People used to know me as Ip-Man, although not a lot of people see me these days because he's older now, so not a lot of people just know like who the legendary Ip-Man is. Not a lot of dojos have tried to fight him because nobody thinks he's alive. That's for one. And yeah, pretty much Bruce Lee has been taught, but he's already in America, so that's the thing. But here's the thing that I'm going to say. He tells Deku that I am a master at Wing Chun, and you seem like a bright young man. How would you like to follow me and learn Wing Chun at my dojo? It's not a very advanced one, but it's a dojo nonetheless for you to learn, for you to understand the studies of martial arts itself. I had a student once, his name was Bruce Lee, and Izuku's just having his eyes like twinkled up and say, wait a minute, you are the teacher of Bruce Lee? And this is when Ip Man says, yes, 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 I was the teacher of the famous Bruce Lee. It's not a lot of times that I've heard his name, but I do know that he probably is doing a very good job as a teacher. Whatever he's doing in this world, which he doesn't actually know this, but Bruce Lee already died. Yeah, this is a kind of a storyline where a lot of people died, but for some reason he's still alive. He's old, but right now, let's say that he looks like the one in the picture, Donnie Yang, or Donnie Chang, I think. He's a very good actor. Like, give me 10 seconds right here. He's a good actor. Last of Us 21 likes him, you know, and shout out to him because I was telling him about this about the Win Chun thing, and he also likes it, man. So it's like we were both very stoked on it. So yeah, pretty much that's it. Now anyway, let's get back to it. So Ip Man just says this. So do you want to come and learn some martial arts right now? I know it's probably it's not daytime, it's nighttime, but your family wouldn't mind. Besides, your family wouldn't mind, right? And this is when Izuki says, no, they wouldn't mind a lot. My mother's always at work at nighttime, so it wouldn't bother her at all. Well, technically. And besides, I can somewhat take care of myself. And this is when freaking Ip Man says, of course you can. You have the ability to do things that you don't know what to do just yet. Don't worry, alright? I'll teach you how to do this. Now, he takes him to his dojo, and basically, there's a lot of freaking pictures. There's like two pictures of one of his wife and one of his son. No, one of his wife and one of his best friends. He's like he's the best friend in the movies. So pretty much that. And he has also a little picture of his son right there. And also one of Bruce Lee. So yeah, pretty much that happens. Now, let's begin with freaking Deku learning the basic stances and the basic attacks. So, Deku is learning how to attack using the wooden statue, or not the wooden statue. I forgot what it was, but it helps out with fighting. So pretty much Deku is going to learn all this stuff. Now let's see. Okay, Ip Man says this. There is a beach that I'm going to clean up. Although this could be good training for you. I don't know how long it will take. And since you're out of school, it will take 10 months. So how about me and you, or mostly you, help me pick it up? And Deku's like, yeah, sure. And so basically, Ip Man says, wonderful, thank you very much. Bowing to him, and Deku does his own bow, and what's called, Ip Man's like, not a lot of people bow down to others or not a lot of people bow to to their, how do I say it? Not a lot of people bow down to their elders these days. You're a very nice kid. You're very well-mannered as well. And Deku says, oh, thank you. And so basically 10 months have passed. Now, over the 10 months, Deku has learned Win Chun, profusely used by freaking, how do I say it? By, what's his face? Ip Man himself. And also this, he's learned only a little bit of martial arts from Bruce Lee's handbook, which Ip Man has basically, like, he has like a fortitude, like copy after copy of like the best-selling novels of how he does his like work, because he actually was proud of his students. So of course he's going to have something like that. Now, Deku has learned how to also manage his own kind of flow of ki, or chi. He's learned how to use it, pushing people and also making an after effect where the person is pushed, and then it feels like somebody's pushing them still. So basically, he's also learned how to do a version of the Mantis style, and also learned how to use freaking how would I say it? The dragon technique. So he's learned how to do tiger, monkey, how would I say this? Mantis, snake, and crane. So Deku is going to learn a lot of martial arts, and there's other people around the world who uses martial arts, like let's say Melissa. She's actually quirkless. She was using technology and all that other stuff to fight. So yeah, pretty much that happens. Let's see. Now we just get on to the freaking what was that thing called? Fudge. What was it called? Sheesh. Freaking oh yes, the UA exam. Now, Deku is a very modest person now. He's a humble person who doesn't actually show a lot of fear these days. Why? Well, Ip Man disciplined him in the art of understanding one another, understanding a situation, and being calm in the storm, as he so calls it. Now, give me a second here. Now, Deku would be wearing this kind of uniform, this kind of clothing, like for because I know they were all wearing like freaking what was it going to be? Oh yes, they were all wearing freaking like sportswear and all that stuff. So Deku's just gonna be wearing this. Everybody looking at how built he is, but looking how lean he truly is. It's like for some reason he doesn't have a lot of muscles, but there's like he's let's see. Let's say he doesn't. All of his muscles are more defined. He's still skinny, but it's more defined. So Deku would be using this kind of technique of more of a speed kind of approach, and then after that using hard hits if need be. Now, the freaking how you say it? Ida, like I said before, nothing happens with Ida. It's more of a Deku just being contempt. Now, 3, 2, 1, go! And basically they're all off. Now, here's the thing. Deku is going to be running just at a brisk pace, just doing what he has to do. But when there's an opening, he basically dashes for that spot, and basically does this every single time. Now, Deku's more... here's the thing. Okay, yes. Deku's more of like... Deku's being more of a mantis right now, just jumping at every opportunity. And this is when he sees freaking the 0 point, not the 0 pointer, jeez. He sees the 2-pointer, and basically he runs under it, basically breaking one of the legs, and after that using a tiger fist, punching the freaking other side of the fist. After that, using a kind of flowing motion, grabbing the 2-pointer, and basically like swirling around a bit, twisting it to the point where he can throw it at the other 2-pointers. Basically, the other ones break, and everybody just sees how Deku just like took 3 enemies down at once. Basically, they're kind of confused, but yeah. So Deku just basically keeps doing this kind of thing, and then he uses a kind of flowing motion where he achieves some kind of version of inner peace, which basically all the attacks which people do are going bouncing right back towards them. So a lot of the 1-pointers and some of the 2-pointers are actually losing a lot. He's actually keep doing this, and he's actually pretty in a good spot right now. He's doing like how would I say this? Right now, if Deku helps out freaking Uraraka, which he will, basically, Bakugo is beating him by freaking, 20 points? But he sees freaking Uraraka, and Deku is running towards the whole freaking crowd. There's a lot of people that are getting attacked by some of the pointers, by the robots. So Deku is just using his Mantis attack basically going on one person, jumping, and then actually that breaking parts of the freaking two-pointers and some of the one-pointers. He gets to this hopping from place to place, and then after that he reaches where freaking Uraraka's at. Now, a lot of the people aren't out of the way, so Deku has to just basically break and lift with all of his might. Well, not all of his might. He's not actually weak in this what if. So he basically grabs the thing and just basically moves it away. Now, I can tell you this much: Deku is more of an understanding person. So basically, he tries to keep going and going and going with Uraraka with him. But here's the thing: there's 0-pointers. I mean, there's 2-pointers. There's a 1-pointer. And so Deku tells somebody to grab her and to take her. He will have to do this himself, since not a lot of people want to do it because there's a 0-pointer in the way. So Deku is now running and grabbing the 1-pointer, grabbing a part of its leg and stabbing it into the other into one of the freaking 2-pointers heads. And then this happens one more time, where Deku just takes it out of the 2-pointer's head, and he throws it to the 1-pointer's head as well. While that's happening, Deku is basically grabbing and breaking off the freaking, the 1-pointer's other leg, throwing it at another one, and basically Deku is just running, jumping on that leg, basically making sure that the 1-pointer, no, not the 1-pointer, the 2-pointer is basically launching him into the part of the leg of the freaking 0-pointer. Now he gets on top, climbs up, does his whole thing, but here's the thing: Deku knows techniques from Bruce Lee. He's also learned the ways of a tiger. Combining the 1-inch punch mixed in with the tiger fist itself, basically he hits it so hard that the freaking vibrations of it crack all of the freaking glass of the 0-pointer, basically breaking it. And the 0-pointer is, how would I say it, looking at who did it, and it's basically showing a kid in green hair just kicking and destroying all of the 0-pointer. Because here's the thing: Ip Man has taught him that do not use so much technique on people who are weak. Use it on those who are going to always do something to the weak. So basically protect the weak and defend them from the strong. So Deku's doing that. Now here's the thing: Deku just grabs the freaking 0-pointer's CPU, which is its technical terms, computer programmed something, I don't know, really. Now, here's what happens. Deku grabs it, 0-pointer's main functions are breaking and deteriorating. Basically, it's not moving at all. So instead of breaking it all the way and somewhat, he already did break it all the way, but it's more of the fact that he's disabling its, disabling the movement itself. He basically does that. 0-pointer's out of the count, so Deku is now 50 points ahead of freaking Bakugo. Or so you thought, because he helped out a lot of other students. So this means that there's at least 20 points for each helpful thing that he's did, and which, let's say, 4 students he helped out. After that, helping out freaking Uraraka, and after that, helping the others by killing the other 2 or 2 to 3 robots, which gives him a total of actually 180 points. More. So he had 180. As far as I remembered what I said in the beginning of the whole thing, 180 plus 180 equals 360. Yes, okay, good. I thought I was becoming retarded again. So, basically, Deku already won, and that's it. Now, no, wait a minute. 18 plus 18 equals 36. Okay, oh man, I'm kind of actually confused now. But yeah, Deku has already beaten the 0-pointer. Now it's time for the freaking 2 weeks have passed because Ip Man has taught him other techniques because he wants him to be as prepared as possible. And Deku's already knowing what's happening, knows what happened with the freaking with Ip Man. how would I say this? Ip Man is sick, but Deku knows this, so he's telling him to take care of his body. Because, yeah, if you guys don't know about the whole Ip Man thing, go on Netflix and watch the Ip Man 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all on Netflix. Go watch it. I can tell you right now, it's a good movie. You guys will not regret this. And, yeah, pretty much a childhood movie of mine. And I think Lastos watched it in childhood. So, yeah, pretty much that happens. Now, Deku is... Well, hold on. Deku is telling Ip Man that he will go and he will do his he will, like, not fail him. And Ip Man is coughing a bit and saying, yes, Izuku, you will do good. I believe in you. You've never failed me. Not only that, you have such a kind heart. No matter what, you don't even use this for violence. You only use it to help others out. And you do it because, well, like you said, it was kind of fun. It was fun at first, but now it's something that drives you to become stronger and to learn how to fight and to fight others, not for war, not for violence itself, but you did it just because you want to fight. And I'm proud of you, Izuku. And Ip Man has talked to freaking Inko about the whole thing, which, I'm not gonna say a lot, but Inko is not married. Let's just say that. That's pretty much it right there. Not going to go into detail, but yeah, pretty much that's it. Now, the whole thing with Deku going to school, and basically Bakugo getting mad at him because he, well, basically, he's like freaking, he's basically mad at the fact that Deku is in school, like he said. And a lot of the students are actually... Now, a lot of the students are basically, how would I say this, kind of, like, fascinated with Deku and what he did. Because they heard about, the rumors started about this young man who destroyed a zero-pointer. Not only that, helped out a bunch of students. Helped Uraraka, which Uraraka actually is looking at as somewhat, like, happy. Like, she's pretty much grateful to Deku. Like, he basically helped her out. Which Deku is, he says, oh, no, don't worry about me. You did this all for yourself. You did this for yourself. No, there's no need to thank me, Uraraka. And basically, Deku is not nervous, mostly due to the fact that Deku is much more confident in himself, and pretty much that's it. Now, Aizawa does the whole freaking, what was it called? I don't really remember. But I know he's doing the freaking apprehension test. There we go, the quirk apprehension test. Everybody looks at what he is, and they all see this lean, but mostly muscle-defined kid who looks like he can destroy a lot of people. Yet he's so kind to those. Now this is when Kirishima says, "Whoa, you're in you're first place, yet you don't have big muscles. How do you do it?" And Deku's like, "Oh, I've learned martial arts a lot, so it's easier to do to not always need the extension of muscles itself." And Kirishima's like, "Wow, well, I pretty much need to learn this kind of stuff if that was the case. But no, my rock formation will help me out. And not only that, I've learned a bit of boxing." And Deku's like, "Oh, so you're a boxer?" And freaking Kirishima's like, "Yes, I've learned boxing from some people. There was a couple that I forgot who their names were. But yeah, pretty much, I'm more of a heavy hitter when it comes to mind." And this is when Deku's like, "Oh, that's nice. I learned Wing Chun." And this is when freaking this is when some of the students are like, "Wait, what's Win Chun?" And this is when Ojiro says, "Wait a minute, no way, not a lot of teachers. There's no martial arts teacher that's taught anybody Win Chun for a very long time." And this is when he's like, "You know what? I'm going to make Ojiro a girl. You know what? This is going to be a Deku x Uraraka x Ojiro kind of situation, because not all the time, as far as I remember, we don't have a lot of we don't show Ojiro in the What If. So yes, let's do that. Now, we'll just skip a couple of parts right here to the part where Ojiro will find out, since Jiro says something about Deku talking about Win Chun. So basically, she's talking about, she's thinking to herself, there's not a lot of people there's nobody that actually teaches people Win Chun. It's so powerful in its own right that nobody's thought about using it. Except for this one man. But no, he couldn't have taught Deku that. He refused to teach anybody that. And he's like, unless he's the son of Ip Man. Which, no, he's been trained by Ip Man. I thought about doing what if he was trained by him, but you know what, one step at a time. So, Deku just basically walks out and they all do the quirk apprehension test. Deku gets a very longer range than Bakugo due to the fact that he's mostly using speed and also doing some kind of crane technique, using it like how a wing flaps around. He basically uses that forward motion, and basically it does that. So, not a lot of things happen. Let's just skip to the whole freaking heroes versus villains exam. So, it's freaking, let's say this. No, hold on. Who should I do? Like, who should I pick? Who should I, use for this? Let's say Deku and Uraraka versus Kirishima and Ojiro. Now, this is when Deku is going to wear this, and this says right here, Deku x Penkaxilat. I don't know what that is, so yeah. Now, here's the thing, shout out to Penkaxilat. I don't know, actually. So, yeah, pretty much. Here's the thing, Deku's going to wear this outfit. That's his outfit that he wants to wear. Due to the fact that his master wore this, he wants to wear it. So he got himself some cool Chinese robe, all black and white in the inside. Let's see, he's going to wear those shoes that he wears. He's not going to have his haircut because, jeez, I'm not going to yeah, Deku's just going to have his regular hair. So, the fight between Ojiro, Deku, Bakugo, and Uraraka begin. So, Deku is just basically doing a light jog and telling Uraraka how does her leg feel. And Uraraka's like, oh, it's pretty good. It kind of hurts. I mean, it hurt over back then, but now it doesn't hurt that much. And Deku's like, that's wonderful. So what is your quirk is basically gravity or float. And she's like, yeah, it's not a very cool it's not very cool, but it can help at times. And Deku's like, it's cool from time to time. It's a splendid quirk, Uraraka. It's like, how so? And Deku's like, here's the thing. When you make things float, you make things lighter. And she's like, yes? Well, say this. You have, how would I say it? If you had a rocket on you, or if you had rocket boots, basically, if you make yourself light, you can actually go as fast as you can. Or, if you had metal armor on, or basically something to help you with fighting, you can make it lighter so that way it won't be bothering you. And then you can stop making it lighter whenever things have to happen. It's a very good quirk, which needs a lot of focus at first, but it will do the trick. And basically, Uraraka is kind of happy about this. And basically, Ojiro basically charges in, basically tries to kick Deku. And Deku grabs her leg, does a weird motion, which he basically throws her to the other side of the room. And Deku's like, Uraraka, I need you to go right now and basically go to Kirishima. I will help you out as soon as I'm done with this fight. As soon as I'm done fighting her. And this is when freaking Ojiro says, oh, so basically the Win-Chun King is here. And Deku's like, excuse me? What do you mean? And Ojiro says, don't lie to me. You're the son of freaking Yip Man. And Deku's like, the son of him? No, you got this all wrong. I'm not the son of him. I'm basically the freaking, how would I say this? I may be, his student. And she's all like, wait a minute, he's your student? You're his student? Nobody's taught, wait a minute, that's a freaking lie. Nobody's taught him, he's never taught anybody for a very long time. He's renowned as the best martial artist in the world due to his, due to his, like, how would I say this? His unrivaling version of, Win-Chun. And Deku's like, yes, I know that. And she's all like, so wait a minute, how did you get taught by him? That's not true, that can't be true. You must be his son, otherwise he will never teach anybody. And Deku's like, oh yes, I've been taught by him before. No, he taught me most of during the 10 months that we of the whole freaking school year. And not the school year. He's taught me in the 10 months where school ended. And she's like, wait a minute. But how is this possible? He's never taught anybody for a very long time. The last person that he's ever taught was Bruce Lee. And Deku's like, yes, I know. He's taught Bruce Lee, but here's the thing. I know that he is a very wise man. And there's some reason why he never taught anybody else in the very end. But I know one thing. He trained me, and he put his time on me. So basically, I cannot fail him at all. Do you understand that? And she's like, whatever. But I want to learn how to do fighting. I want to learn how to fight. Use Win-Chun. And Deku's like, sorry, I cannot teach you the values of Win-Chun. You can try to copy it as much as you can. But, yeah. Why don't you just copy his movements? And she's like, there's no way we can copy it. It's like, for some reason, none of us can see what he does. It's so weird, yet we're looking at him fight. And yet, some reason, we can never master it. It's like, it's a curse for some reason, but he's used it for good. And Deku's like, yes, I know the stories about what he did. He's done a lot of things for China. And basically, here's the thing. Ip Man is a very old man, but for some reason he looks like this. So pretty much it's a weird conspiracy theory for Ip Man. Now anyway, let's say this. Ojiro tries to keep doing some kicks and punches, and Deku's just moving around, flowing like the freaking water, and basically he sweeps her foot, and she hits her head, and she's like, ow, that kind of hurts. Why'd you do that, you jerk? And Deku's like, wait a minute, we're both fighting. As far as I can tell, you slipped just because I did it. But it's technically not my fault. You had to learn about this kind of stuff. And give me a second here. What did I say? Yeah, you had to learn how to, like, think of what your opponent's probably going to think. And she's like, we can't think what you're going to think because for some reason this is a very weird thing to use. Although it's a very strong strong skill set that he has, we can never master it. And Deku's like, well, it doesn't matter right now. What matters is that I have to help out my friend. And basically, Deku, basically I have to help out my friend. And Deku is just like, okay, we have to stop and let's just finish this right here. And Ojiro's like, okay, good. Now, Deku is running towards her and basically dodging her foot attack, basically pushing her leg up. This is when she tries to say, this is when she says, "Nice try," and tries to kick him, but Deku holds her leg and basically pushes her arms out of the way and starts doing some rapid punches to the chest, which at one point she's all like, "This kind of hurts," but at another point she's like, "Wait a minute, he's touching my boobs." So this is when Deku just says, "Sorry about that, I didn't mean to." And she's like, "Oh, okay, it's I understand why you did it. It's one of his famous techniques that for a reason." And Deku's like, "But anyway, let's keep going." And she's like, "Okay." Now both are attacking each other, and basically Deku has smacked her in the head, basically pushed her legs down, and basically kneed her in the jaw. And after that, she kind of passed out due to the fact that Deku just accidentally hit her in the jaw, which basically rattles her brain. She falls down. Now, the whole fight with Kirishima goes a lot differently, which Deku is basically running to him, and basically what's his face, freaking sheesh. Kirishima is punching him a lot, but Deku is dodging and doing the chest blows again. And after that, he uses Tiger Palm, what's called Snake Whip. After that, Panda Punch. After that, Dragon combinations. Deku is actually pretty good at this, but Kirishima's freaking quirk is somewhat disabling the whole freaking attack movement, which Deku is actually pretty okay, because right now Kirishima's hardening quirk is there still, but for some reason there's no way that he can feel it, but he can still feel that Deku's punches are very hard. So Deku's just buying his time, just getting him out of the way of freaking Uraraka, and Deku was like, "Alright, Uraraka, go over there now." Yeah, Uraraka, go over there now. And this is when Kirishima tries to attack, tries to run, but Deku slips his freaking kicks kicks Kirishima in the legs, making him lose his balance. And Kirishima tries to get up, but Deku is doing a dragon stomp on his freaking back, which is still it's a very hard move to do, and it hurts a lot if it's done to you. But Kirishima has a hardening quirk, but he's losing his hardening like power right now. So basically, Deku is just pushing him down, making sure he doesn't get up, and basically Kirishima is too late. Uraraka wins, or Team Deku wins. Now, freaking how would I say this? Ojiro wakes up in the freaking when Recovery Girl kisses her and all that stuff, and basically not a lot of like broken limbs and like destroyed property, or destroyed the building's not destroyed, so that's a plus. And yeah, pretty much Ip Man has heard that he won his battle with during like the exams. So freaking Ip Man is happy for him and is basically coughing once again. Now, Ip Man is technically a known, like, he's not a hero per se, but he does, when people try to attack the others, Ip Man is mostly there and helping out the weak. That's his thing. So he's basically an honorary hero who's helped out Japan or China itself. So pretty much everybody understands what he is. But now, let's see. Oh, okay, so Deku basically goes around and is picked for class president due to the fact that Deku's cunningness, Deku being cunning, and how do I say it? Deku also being everybody hearing the fact that he's been trained by a legendary fighter is actually pretty much how would I say this? Pretty much already like popular. Although people know he's quirkless, but just a fighter itself. But the fact that you're trained by Ip Man, give me a second here. But the fact that you're trained by a legendary fighter, I think this would give you points, like coolness points, right there. So you know what? $100 in coolness points right there for you, buddy. So yeah, pretty much even Todoroki is a little interested, and Kirishima and Ojiro like how he's trained. But here's the thing. Let's see. This is where I'm technically going to end off the what if, but I'm going to say that freaking what's his face? Oh yeah, Hitman basically is going to be in the USJ attack. Because he's an honorary hero, so he's going because of what he does and how he speaks to others. Like, because one of the famous people in China is also Bruce Lee. So the fact that this man trained Bruce Lee and is also a hero is like, of course he's going to be there, and he's going to help out 13 with the whole freaking exams. Or that's what we think. So, like, comment, and do subscribe to the channel here, people. This has been the Fallout What If here. Bye.